Welcome to Bishop Shanahan's 2021 Mr. BSHS. Let's give a special round of applause to the class of 2021. Great to have you here with us tonight, and great to have Mr. BSHS back live. A special welcome to all those who are joining us virtually through our YouTube channel. We hope you enjoy a great evening. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, this has been a great night where we showcase all of the talent of our senior class. We hope that you enjoy all of the talent that has been gained over the 4 years here. A special tribute is given to this class as they have made it through this year thus far. To get the evening started, please join me in welcoming our hostesses. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice round of applause for our Student Council Vice President, Emily Rinaldi. And let's make some noise for our Student Council Secretary, Catherine Ray. Take it away, ladies.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Welcome to the 19th annual Mr. BSHS competition. We would also like to give a special shout out to the members of our Shanahan community joining us virtually for our first ever live stream. We are so thankful to be together with all of you for this year's show, especially considering what happened to last year's show.
Wait, what happened at last year's show?
Catherine, the show was scheduled for March 13th.
Right, the day the world ended, I remember.
Yeah, our last ordinary day of high school, you know.
Well, let's just put that in the past because tonight's show is going to be anything but ordinary. We have a great group of guys tonight representing their clubs and activities.
These guys have been working tirelessly these past couple months to show off their talents and school spirit. The boys will be judged on several categories.
And then after a few rounds, the contestant with the most amount of points will be crowned Mr. BSHS 2021.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Mr. BSHS 2021 candidates and escorts. First up, please welcome Hayden Winter, Mr. Band, escorted by Sarah Carpenter. Hayden has graced the Shanahan stage with his musical talents by playing in the marching band, jazz band, and concert band. He is also a member of Mock Trial, National Honor Society, and Light Crew. After high school, Hayden hopes to develop a career in the entertainment industry. Hayden's favorite band memory was visiting Nashville, where he shook hands with Garth Brooks. Hayden's favorite quarantine activities were writing music and spending time with his family. Hayden is not really a coffee guy, and he'd rather order hot chocolate. Everyone, please join me in applauding Mr. Band!
Coming all the way from Cleveland, Ohio, we have Mr. Catholic Athletes Carson Binder, escorted by Caroline Daly. Carson has been a member of both the Shanahan football and lacrosse teams, as well as Catholic Athletes, and he helped bring home Shanahan's first football district championship. After graduating, Carson plans to attend college and major in physical therapy. He hopes to then have a job that he loves doing every day, and overall just live his best life. If Carson could be any animal, he would be an eagle because they can fly and survive at high altitudes. Very on brand for Shanahan. In quarantine, Carson kept himself busy by fishing and mountain biking. What do Carson and Charlie D'Amelio have in common, you may ask? Their go-to coffee order is both an iced caramel coffee from Dunkin'. Let's give it up for Mr. Catholic Athletes.
Please welcome Shanahan's favorite news anchor, Mr. Channel 2, Noah Brady, escorted by Riley McLaughlin. During his time at Shanahan, Noah has been involved in DECA, EBCO and Student Council, NHS, Mathletes, Spanish Club, the golf team, CSC, Ministry Club, Respect Life Club, Spring Track, and Mock Trial. In 10 years, Noah sees himself finishing dental school and advancing into orthodontistry school. In short, he sees himself studying hard, living his best life, and partying even harder. One thing you may not know about Noah is that he loves baking bread. If Noah could have any superpower, he would have the ability to solve any puzzle after the first glance, allowing him to win the reality TV show Survivor. If he could be any animal, he would be a kangaroo, so he could finally dunk on the basketball court. Please give it up for Mr. Channel 2!
Please welcome to the stage Mr. Chorus, Zach Norsha, escorted by Madison Burkowski. Zach has been involved in choir, the musical, liturgical choir, and forensics here at Shanahan. His favorite choir memory is singing for the sisters at Immaculata. He hopes to go to college and eventually get a master's in computer programming. And in 10 years, he sees himself living in a large house on the edge of the woods with a job in programming. Something you may not know about Zach is that he loves writing books. And if he could have any superpower, he would want superhuman intelligence so that he could solve problems that our world is facing. And if he could be any animal, Zach would be a falcon because they are very intelligent. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Choir.
Sprinting into our competition is Mr. Cross Country, Ethan Perry, escorted by Marley Artie. During his 4 years at Shanahan, Ethan has been involved in cross country, baseball, winter track, bowling club, and spring track. In 10 years, he sees himself either pursuing mechanical engineering or being an officer in the U.S. Army. If Ethan could have any superpower, he would have the power of teleportation because of the instant travel. His favorite cross-country memory was the last race of senior year and finally making it into states and running at Hershey. If Ethan could be any animal, he would be a sea turtle because they are very calm and friendly. His favorite thing to do during quarantine was talk to his friends online. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Cross Country.
Please welcome to the stage our very own Shanahan Eagle, Mr. CSC, Justin Rafalski, escorted by Erin Field. Justin has kept himself very busy during his years at Shanahan by being a part of Student Council, Ministry Club, CSC, Italian Club, Bowling Club, and football. Justin hopes to continue his faith journey after leaving Shanahan while also studying physical therapy or athletic training. In the future, Justin sees himself working with other athletes and preventing them from getting injured. Helping others is just what Justin does. His favorite CSC memory is wrapping Christmas child gifts while Justin Bieber blasted in the background. If Justin could have any superpower, he would choose something very practical, the ability to fly simply because he hates traffic. And if he could be any animal, Justin would be a duck. In quarantine, Justin played a lot of NHL 20. Let's give it up for Mr. CSC.
Please welcome to the stage Shanahan's future business tycoon, Mr. Deca, Nathan McLaughlin, escorted by Alexis Heckman. During his time at Shanahan, Nathan has been involved in DECA, Respect Life, and Ministry Club. After graduation, he plans to go to college as an accounting major. In 10 years, he sees himself with a job and starting a family. One thing you might not know about Nathan is that he loves High School Musical. Nathan's favorite DECA memory was going to Disney World for the national competition. If he could be any animal, he would be a dog, so he could have no responsibility and lay down whenever he wants. His favorite coffee order is a French vanilla iced coffee from Dunkin', and his favorite quarantine hobby was sleeping. Let's all give it up for Mr. Deca.
Please welcome to the stage Mr. Environmental Stewardship Club, David Jocelyn, escorted by Lauren Spurs. David has been involved in Environmental Stewardship Club, placed second in last year's Battle of the Bands, and has played many parts in the school musical. This past winter, David graced this stage as Buddy in Elf the Musical. After graduation, David plans to get famous. And in 10 years, he sees himself either as a Dollar Tree cashier or a movie star. There's no in between. Something you may not know about David is that he once shoved a swimming earplug so far down his ear that he had to get it surgically removed. We are very blessed that he had a speedy recovery. If David could be any animal, he would probably be a dog. Big, loud, and will eat food off your plate without asking. His go-to coffee order is a large iced coffee with Red Bull, hold the ice, and the coffee. Let's hear it for Mr. Environmental Stewardship Club.
Joining us from our home turf is Mr. Football, Aiden Stein, escorted by Reese Stevens. During his 4 years at Shanahan, Aiden has been involved in football and lacrosse. After graduation, he sees himself pursuing a career in medicine. In 10 years, Aiden sees himself with his family, teaching his 3-year-old how to snowboard. One thing you might not know about him is that he still has his pillow pet from the 3rd grade. If he could have any superpower, he would have the ability to fly because it would be much easier to get around. His favorite football memory is celebrating in the locker room after wins. Just 30 guys screaming to Every Time We Touch, a Shanahan classic. If Aiden could be any animal, he would be a lion because they are the king of the jungle. Let's hear it for Mr. Football.
Please join me in welcoming Mr. Leadership, Michael Hughes, escorted by Catherine Ouimet. While at Shanahan, Michael has been a part of cross-country, indoor and outdoor track, Respect Life Club, Ministry Club, DECA, and Student Council, serving as this year's president. After graduation, Michael plans to attend the University of Pittsburgh to study computer science. And in 10 years, he sees himself having a family of 12 kids who he wishes to send to Bishop Shanahan. Now, I don't know how Michael discovered he could do this, but he could do a somersault over a horse's head and then land on his feet. A heartwarming memory of Michael's is seeing the student leaders meet in our school's chapel, because while they are the leaders of our school, Jesus is our one true leader. In quarantine, Michael kept himself busy by playing hacky sack on the trampoline, and his go-to coffee order is a peppermint mocha frappuccino. He thinks it's good in any season. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Leadership.
Joining us from the choir room is Mr. Liturgical Ensemble, Jack Daly, escorted by Emma Redden. During his time at Shanahan, Jack has been involved in chorus, the musical, book club, and visions. After graduation, Jack sees himself studying the humanities. In 10 years, Jack sees himself homesteading in an undisclosed location. Very secretive. One thing you may not know about him is that he likes to cook. If Jack could have any superpower, he would have the power of invisibility, so he would never have to worry about the uniform. His favorite liturgical ensemble memory is singing at Mrs. Kilpatrick's wedding. If Jack could be any animal, he would be an elephant, just because they're cool. And his favorite quarantine hobby was reading, and Jack is more of a tea lover than a coffee addict. Let's give it up for Mr. Liturgical Ensemble.
Spreading the good news is Mr. Ministry, Dominic DeSanti, escorted by Mary Houski. Throughout the past 4 years, Dom has been a member of Ministry Club, Respect Life Club, National Honor Society, band, and baseball. In 10 years, Dom sees him and his wife living in their first house with a big yard for his kids to play all kinds of sports. He also hopes to have a fun job that he really enjoys. Something you may not know about Dom is that he has been to Australia. And if Dom could have any superpower, it would be the ability to freeze time, because he often finds himself running out of hours in the day. His favorite Ministry Club memory is the Thanksgiving food drive. And if Dom could be any animal, he would be a lizard, because he has been told that he looks like one. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ministry.
Taking a break from the books in his tutoring empire, it's Mr. NHS, Joe Manning, escorted by Kara Winkmiller. During his time at Shanahan, Joe has been involved in rugby, NHS, Mathletes, Academic Bowl, Leadership Council, and CSC. After graduation, Joe will be attending the United States Military Academy at West Point to prepare himself for a career of professional excellence and service to the nation as an officer in the U.S. Army. One thing you might not know about Joe is that he used to have long hair. His favorite NHS memory is being elected NHS president. Joe doesn't have a go-to coffee order and says that a good night's sleep is better than any cup of coffee. Please join me in welcoming Mr. NHS.
Please welcome to the stage Mr. Respect Life, Gabe Calabro, escorted by Kennedy Carlin. Gabe has participated in the Respect Life Club, Ministry Club, Italian Club, National Honor Society, Student Council, track and field, football, and baseball while here at Shanahan. His favorite Respect Life Club memory was attending the March for Life in D.C. and starting a chant that hundreds of others joined in on. After graduation, Gabe plans on enjoying his summer with friends and family before heading to college. Something you may not know about Gabe is that he is in the top 1% of 2048 players in the world. If Gabe could have any superpower, he would want the power of time travel so that he could relive memories from the past. In quarantine, Gabe used YouTube videos to teach himself songs on the guitar. His coffee order is not what you would call simple. From the machine at Wawa, get half hot chocolate, half French vanilla coffee with French vanilla creamer and some little marshmallows. Everyone give it up for Mr. Respect Life.
Tackling all competition in his path, it's Mr. Rugby, Vince Miranda, escorted by Ali Liardi. During his time at Shanahan, Vince has been involved in Italian Club, Respect Life Club, Ministry Club, soccer, Student Council, and rugby. After graduation, Vince is going to be studying biology and eventually go to PA school. In 10 years, he sees himself working as a physician's assistant and living in Tennessee with a wife, 2 kids, and a dog. One thing you may not know about Vince is that he's a top secret agent for the United States government. Just don't tell anyone. If Vince could have any superpower, he would have the ability to read minds because people are just way too confusing. His favorite rugby memory is winning the state championship junior year. If Vince could be any animal, he would be a T-Rex because they are really cool. His favorite quarantine hobby was consuming way too much TikTok, and he tries to stay away from coffee shops and says he's a recovering coffee addict. Let's give it up for Mr. Rugby!
Straight from the headlines is Mr. Shanaview's Alex Shirker, escorted by Megan McAllister. Alex has been involved in Shanaview's basketball, ministry club, CSC, and liturgical choir here at Shanahan. His favorite part about being in Shanaview's has been interviewing other athletes for articles. After graduating, Alex intends to study sports management at Xavier University, and in 10 years, he sees himself working with an NBA team. Something you may not know about Alex is that he sings. He killed Okomokome Emmanuel in Mr. A's theology class last year. Alex would love the power of flight so that he could go anywhere in the world quickly and easily. Plus, he thinks it would be really fun. Speaking of flying, Alex would be an owl if he could be any animal because they are his favorite animal. And in quarantine, Alex loved playing the piano. Let's hear it for Mr. Shanaview's.
Jazzing up our competition, it's Mr. Shaz Band, Max Anthony Hashem, escorted by Olivia Garzarone. During his time at Shanahan, Max has been involved in jazz band, marching band, concert band, Tri-M Music Honor Society, the All-Catholic Band, orchestra, choir, robotics, ministry club, Respect Life Club, and the musical. After graduation, he's attending Penn State at University Park, studying mechanical engineering and try out for the Blue Band. In 10 years, Max sees himself doing something with music or cars as a career and married. One thing you may not know about him is that he is a certified scuba diver. If he could have any superpower, he would have the power to time travel. He would never be late for anything ever again. His favorite jazz band memory was being able to play at the Reading Phillies game. His favorite quarantine hobby was modifying and working on his car in his free time. Impressive. Let's give it up for Mr. Jazz Band.
Please join me in welcoming Mr. Soccer, Sean Gingrich, escorted by Sophie Shanahan. Sean has played for the Shanahan soccer, basketball, and baseball teams. His favorite memories from playing sports at Shanahan was being able to hang out with his teammates before games. This summer, Sean plans on working at Marsh Creek while he prepares for his freshman year at Penn State. Sean hopes to be an entrepreneur with his own business in 10 years. Something you may not know about Sean is that he loves to listen to classic rock and country music. If he could have any superpower, Sean would want the ability to fly because he'd be able to explore the world without the cost of a plane ticket. He also would be able to go to a new place every weekend and still make it home for work on Monday. If Sean could be any animal, he would be a sloth, because not only are they his favorite animal, but they can sleep for up to 15 hours a day. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Soccer.
Please welcome to the stage multicultural icon, Mr. Spanish Club, Noel Doherty, escorted by Faith McHugh. During his time at Shanahan, Noel has been involved in the swim team, the track team, and the Spanish Club. Directly after graduation, Noel's going to release a record-breaking multi-platinum album, then promptly retire from the music industry and settle down in the quaint suburbs of Westchester, Pennsylvania. He will then spend the rest of his days finger painting and playing chess. Simply put, in 10 years, Noel will have achieved world domination. One thing that no one knows about Noel is that he has red hair. If he could have any superpower, he would have the power to shapeshift so he can be Lady Gaga at any given moment. Noel is not really an animal at all, but instead is a fruit. He says that he is a banana because he is full of potassium. His favorite quarantine hobby was underwater knitting. Now that is an original skill. Everyone, please give it up for Mr. Spanish Club.
Joining us from room 111 is Mr. Student Council Patrick Whalen, escorted by Maggie Elder. Pat has been a part of golf, ministry club, Respect Life Club, bowling club, and student council, serving as this year's treasurer. His favorite student council memories are the Fridays before homecoming where we would have pep rally and set up for the dance. Pat plans to study agricultural sciences at Penn State in the fall. And in 10 years, he hopes to have a job as a park ranger while living in a log cabin in Maine with his wife and kids. Something you may not know about Pat is that he has been to 35 states. If Pat could be any animal, he would be a grizzly bear because it does not get much better than living in Alaska catching fish all day. If he could have any superpower, he would want the ability to time travel so that he could relive all his past vacations. And in quarantine, Pat loved making trick shot videos. His go-to coffee order is a caramel iced latte from Dunkin'. Give it up for Mr. Student Council.
Please join me in applauding all of the 2021 Mr. BSHS contestants and escorts.
Those intros were great, and to think that freshman year, those boys would not be caught dead on this stage.
Oh yeah, freshman year literally seems like a lifetime ago. Time really does fly, and they all grew up so fast.
Speaking of growing up, our next segment is one that we hopes to produce some teary eyes in the audience tonight.
All of these boys have come such a long way since I first met them 3.5 years ago. Some of them are hardly recognizable from their freshman year selves. Let's take it back even further than that, about 17 or 18 years, give or take a few months.
Shout out to Michael Hughes for putting together this next portion of our show.
Before we start with that, I just want to admit that I'll be the first to say that I'm counting down the days until graduation. Only 98 days to go, seniors. But I am so happy that we were able to have this event tonight.
And even though this year has not looked like ones in the past, we have been able to make some great memories with the class of 2021.
Yeah, being able to have our pep rally outside was so much fun. And our sports teams have still had amazing seasons.
And we are still able to put on a winter musical.
But most importantly, we were still able to get pretzels from the Philadelphia Pretzel Factory on Student Appreciation Day. Has anyone ever seen The Office? Yeah? You know when Stanley gets super excited about Pretzel Day? That's me on Student Appreciation Day.
Now that made my senior year worth it.
All right, now let's watch that video that we were just talking about. Let's take it away.
Like a bull chasing the matador, a man left with his own schemes. Everybody needs someone beside him, shining like a lighthouse from the sea. Oh, let me be your shelter, never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're home. Oh, let me be your fortress. Desert now, there's a cage locked around my heart. I found a way to drop the keys when my barriers were. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for rivalry. I can never take the world alone. I know that in my weakness I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home.
They were so cute. They grew up so fast.
I can't believe graduation is only 3 short months away. I'm really gonna miss these guys. But if you thought they were cute back then, wait until you see what we have next.
This part of our show is always a fan favorite, and I will say that it certainly will not disappoint tonight. Please join me in welcoming the candidates back to the stage for their very special group dance.
It goes on and on and on. Remind me of everything tonight. Love song, baby. I used to know. I get repeating, dreaming about the things that we could be. So it's gonna be forever. You already know. That's a real me when I'm in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Oh, is it too late now to say I need a one dance? And then we start to dance and I'm singing like, something just like this. I feel over now, but I feel it still. I want you to be happier, because I'm happy. When I'm wiser and I'm older, 'cause you make me feel alive. It goes on and on and on. You're not coming down. Keep it on the high note. What you came for. Feels right when I'm in my zone. Doesn't mean I'm over the way that things have been. Wish we could turn back time 10 years older, but the way that you are is enough. I want you to stay. You really, really messed up me. I'm a sucker for you. Let me down. What can I say? Come a long way from where we began. It's crazy after all these years of your magical mystery ride. Come too far and we go back to the start. But if you close your eyes, like nothing changed at all. And if you close your eyes, I feel like you've been here before. Getting old, you know I'm all about that dream or a genie or a wish. All about that place much simpler than this. Hey, you know me, Let's hold on, I'm going home. All about that glitz and the glam and the fashion. All about that pandemonium and all the magic. What are you waiting for?
That was amazing. I'd say that they're better dancers than every single member of the Hype House.
Oh, for sure. I think they could even give the Dance Mom girls a run for their money.
Huge thank you to Noel Dougherty for choreographing that work of art. Before we move on to the talent portion of our competition, let's meet tonight's amazing judges.
Everyone, please give it up for Miss Sweeney, our choir director, BSHS class of 2013.
Our cheerleading coach, Mrs. Ricardo, BSHS class of 1963.
Social Studies Teachers to the Stars, Mr. Weinhardt, BSHS class of 2006.
BSHS class of 1990, Mrs. Chapman.
Mr. and Mrs. Pennywell, classes of 2006 and 2007.
Mr. Fuller, class of 1988.
Former Student Council Vice President, Ms. Creeman, BSHS class of 2016.
Mr. Parla Pliano, BSHS class of 2002.
And our last judge is you guys. This year, we are having the students be one of the judges. When the time comes, we will direct you all to a Google form to vote for who you want to be crowned Mr. BSHS 2021.
And now it's time for the highlight of our show, talents.
We have a very talented group of boys here tonight, so get ready for some exciting and interesting performances. But before we get on with those, I just want to say I can't believe we made it to show night. Last year, we made it all the way through Tech Week, and then the show was canceled. March 13th was just the best day ever.
It's been a really, really long week, so I can't even imagine what that must have felt like. It's like running a marathon and then right at the end you just fall flat on your face.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Or like you're rushing to get to your favorite restaurant and then you get there and then it's closed, like that.
Yeah, I
or
think
it's
they
like
get
when
it.
you're like going and you want to go.
Catherine, I think they get the idea. Let's just get on with the next act. Please join me in welcoming our first act, performed by Hayden Winter, to show us just a few of the small daily problems of his life.
How's everyone doing tonight? It's really loud, I'm sorry about that. My name is Hayden Winter. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here, to sharing this with us. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm so honored to be up here, so thank you all so much. That's the fastest change I've ever done. Can you give me a minute? If band has taught me anything, it's that I really needed to change my music taste. Modern music is just too easy to do. It's too easy to get famous. So that's why I'm going to be doing it tonight. There's three main components. First, you need a problem, something you can talk about, easy, from the heart. Sometimes emotional, sometimes not. I got a tearjerker for you tonight, so be prepared. Second, you need really bad autotune. That's another foreshadow, so be prepared for that too. And third, you need a backing track, something epic, something inspiring. I like this backing track. A little off on the timing, but it's still there. And so I just want to talk about problems that I realized I had in my life during quarantine. Life, death, the fact that I can't do a single pull-up in gym class, that's a huge one. And I know that these aren't problems in the big sense of things, but the problems to me. And I want to share them with you tonight, so I'm hoping a crowd of Bishop Shanahan can indulge me as we go through a night full of laughs and talents, tuxedos coming on and off. I have one question for you. And that one question is, can I talk real Shanahan? Can I talk real I got lots of things to say. I got lots of things to say. Was bad. I can't fit my hand inside a Pringles can. I have a lot of trouble fitting my hand inside a Pringles can and get my hand like 4 inches into the can. But then I have to tilt the can into my mouth, and by that time a bunch of crumbs have accumulated at the bottom of the can. So they go spilling on my face. My point is the diameter of a Pringles can is way too small. I'll say it again, the diameter of a Pringles can is way too small. 2 radiuses of a Pringle can is way too small. If you're a senior, put your hands up. Come on, everybody, put your hands up. Look at all these hands that are way too big to fit inside a Pringles can. Your hands are way too big to fit inside a Pringles can. Your hands are way too big to fit inside a Pringles can. You think you can? I know you can't. You think you Pringles? Listen to the people. I'm pretty sure 90% of all the complaint letters you get are about the width of your cans. Just make them wide. I'll move on. I'm overdone it. I'm sorry. I want a baby sister. Want a baby sister. So I can finally have someone around the house who can fit their hand inside a Pringles can. Yes, I'm still on the Pringles can thing. And you would be too. It's a really big problem. It's priority numero uno. I don't go to the gym, because I'm self-conscious on my body. I'm self-conscious on my body, because I don't go to the gym. Irony can be so painful. That's a catch-22. I'm sorry for that one. I went to Chipotle. Got myself a chicken burrito. As I was going down the line, I got all these ingredients in the burrito. I got all my favorite stuff. But when we got to the end of the line, they scraped half of it off. I was like, dude, you should have warned me. You're a burrito expert. You should have told me halfway through, hey man, I think we're reaching maximum burrito capacity here. So I, for one, don't want a messy burrito. None of you want a messy burrito. The whole appeal is a burrito. Is that all the ingredients fit neatly in the confines of the tortilla. I wonder about half this stuff if I knew it was gonna fit. Listen, I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it would. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it would. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew it would. I wouldn't have got half of it like avocado with small mistakes if you had no more chicken on but I'd rather hug a line before I eat a burrito with a the lettuce if I knew it would. Wouldn't got the cheese if I knew it would. Wouldn't got the peppers if I knew it would. I wouldn't have got half of it like half of it like half of it like half of it like half of it right now. I think it's time I finally break it down. Thank you. I hope you're happy.
Wow, Hayden, that was super cool.
Who here is a Frozen fan? Anyone? Okay, well, I'm sorry to disappoint because our next act isn't actually from Frozen, but it is from a different Disney classic. But before we get on with that, I just want to say that I just like to take a minute to thank everybody who's made tonight possible.
Thank you to Ella Keenan for all the logistical support for tonight's show. We truly could not have done it without you.
We would also like to thank our sophomore class officers, Beatrice Medina and Sam Lorenz, for all of the work they've done backstage with this show. You guys have really exceeded every expectation we have set for you, so thank you for being so awesome.
To Jack Bonchek, Abby Chan, Kathleen Fisher, Paige Melvin, Adam Shirker, and all of the student council backstage with them, thank you as well. You guys learned how to become a stage crew in under a month, and if that doesn't call for a round of applause, I don't know what does.
To our student choreographers, Lauren Sprose, Caroline Daly, and Noel Doherty, thank you for creating amazing tracks and for being the best dance teachers we could ever hope for. To our students in the audience tonight, I have an announcement from Mrs. Deli. She has just resent the voting form to all of you. So at this time, I would like for all of you to pull out your phones and pay attention to all the acts as well, but vote as we go along with the show. Thank you.
All right. Now it's time for our next act, who's putting a Shanahan twist on a timeless favorite. Emily, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Hands down, has to be Toy Story 3. I bawl my eyes out at the end every single time. But Aladdin's a close second.
Well, if you like Aladdin, you are going to love this next act. Everyone, please welcome Michael Hughes, Gabe Calabro, Dominic DeSanti, and Nathan McLaughlin to the stage while they share our amazing school from their point of view.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world, 100,000 things to see. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far, I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise, with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare, so let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world, and that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. A thrilling chase, a wondrous place for you and me. All right. Now that that's over with, we have a surprise for the special people in our lives. Would our moms please come join us on the stage? You can use the side entrances of the thing. Let's hear it for all the moms in the crowd. Let's hear it. Come on up, guys. One more round of applause for them. Stand on my carpet.
All right, so our moms have given us hope, motivation, and inspiration. We would not be the men that we are today without their help.
As our final goodbye, we would like to say thank you for everything you do. But most importantly, thank you for showing us a whole new world through our Bishop Shanahan experience.
Our parents sacrificed so much so that we have the honor and the privilege of a Bishop Shanahan Catholic education. Our magic carpet ride through life would not be the same without their support.
Let's give it up one last time for all the parents in the audience.
We will take what we have learned here as we enter a whole new world next year after graduation. Give it up again for all the parents.
Yes.
Now let's give those boys one more round of applause.
They really traveled far. I felt like it was a real school day, running through the halls to get to my classes on time.
I know exactly what you mean. With the new bell schedule, I really have to run to get to my next class. If any of my teachers are in the audience, I'm very sorry for being late. I'm a very slow runner.
As much as Catherine and I would like to avoid running as much as possible, a few of our Shanahan Eagles truly love the sport, including our own Mr. Cross Country. Please welcome Ethan Perry to the stage to show us exactly what happens at a Shanahan Cross Country meet.
How's everybody doing tonight? The show's good? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. All right. One of two things that I have to say before I start. I will be cheating and reading off of note cards that I prepared because I have the memory of a goldfish. And could I ask all members of the audience whose name is Mike to please stand up? Okay. Is everybody standing? All right, you can sit down now, thank you. That concludes the mic check. All right, yeah, you get it? There we go. I got some good ones here. No. No. Oh, here we go, all right. What's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. What do you call a cop with a wooden leg? Officer. What ended after 1987? Ooh, tough one. 1988. What's the one thing an elephant and a grape have in common? It's a tough one. One of them is purple. Now, why was 6 afraid of 7? This is an easy one, right? This is an easy one. It's actually not. Animals are actually numbers. Whew. Numbers aren't alive and therefore cannot feel fear. What is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Now, you can pick your friend and you can pick your nose, but you can't rob a bank because that's a felony. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Stubbing your toe. Why are people like drums? You hit them with a stick and they make noise. Now, what's a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet? This is the easy one, all right? You want to answer? No. Many historians believe that pirates were actually illiterate and could not read letters. So, what do you call a talking turtle? Fictional. Ooh, this one's interesting. What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor? Hey, babe, you see my tractor? What do you call a cheese that isn't yours? Stolen. Please put it back. All right, down to the last few. What did one Frenchman say to the other? I don't speak French. What's yellow and that you should not drink? School bus. All right. What is green and has wheels? Grass. I lied about the wheels. All right, and for the last joke, what do you get when you combine a joke with a rhetorical question? Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Well, this show is just speeding right by.
Speaking of speeding, our next talent showcases the speed skating abilities of Justin Rafalski and Patrick Whalen, better known as the Broad Street Blades. Take it away, guys!
Let's give it up one more time for the Broad Street Blades. That act really reminded me of how much I miss going to Philly sports games, especially after the Sixers' amazing overtime win on Wednesday.
Well, good news. Governor Wolf is now allowing 3,000 fans to watch the 76ers in the Wells Fargo Center.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was on the news just the other day. It was so nice to get a piece of, good news for once. You really didn't see it?
Well, actually, I was here all last night getting ready for the show, so no, I didn't catch the news. But honestly, I can't even watch the news anymore. There's way too much going on to keep up.
I can't say that I blame you, because the world is getting pretty hectic right now.
The news can be a lot to process these days, so why don't we switch it up to everyone's favorite newscasters to get a picture of what's actually happening in the world today.
Before we set up for the next part of our show, we'd like to take this time to let you know how proud we are of all the candidates and escorts in this year's show. Can we give them all a hand? This has not been an easy show to put on during a pandemic, but they've taken it on with such a great mindset and attitude, and I am beyond honored to take the stage with them tonight.
I will definitely miss all the practices with this group. They represent our Shanahan student body super well. They're dedicated, driven, understanding, and kind. They all made planning and the late nights worth it.
All right, please welcome Noel Doherty, Noah Brady, and Vince Miranda to the stage.
Good evening, Shanahan. Welcome to Mr. BSHS. Tonight, we will be hearing from two top reporters from around the walls of Shanahan to bring you up to date on everything you need to know, from Gen Z slang to the weather. So let's get started, or as the youth say,
Let's get this bread.
What's that? Breaking news, there is a fire in Downingtown. We're getting reports that the building on fire is in fact a Chick-fil-A. Locals are devastated. We are also hearing that there are 2 small injuries, but luckily no casualties. Fire officials are taking care of it. Now over to Noel, who's on the scene with the story.
I'm Noel Doherty. I'm on the scene at the Chick-fil-A fire, and honestly, Noah just spoiled the entire story, so I'm just gonna pass it on back to you in the studio, I guess.
It looks like Noel has to do the story, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on back to Noel.
Noah actually already told you all the information we have. That's the whole story. I'm gonna pass it back to you in the studio again.
All right, it looks like we can't move on until Noel does the story, so please, Noel, just try your best.
All right, here we go. Just moments ago, a Chick-fil-A in Downingtown caught on fire due to unknown causes. Fire officials say they don't know what caused the fire, but they do know that it happened in a Downingtown Chick-fil-A, leaving 3 people injured from the Chick-fil-A fire, which happened just moments ago at a local Chick-fil-A in Downingtown. The fire left 3 people injured, and the nuggets were burnt. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Noel. I wonder if they said, "My pleasure," to the firemen.
And that's Vince. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Noah?
Pretty good myself. What you been up to? Any New Year's resolutions?
Well, Noah, this year, my New Year's resolution was to learn how to read in Braille.
Really?
Yeah, I like reading horror books.
Horror books in Braille. Why is that?
I don't know, man. You can just feel when something bad's about to happen.
All right, don't ever make a dumb joke like that again, man. I'm sorry about that, everybody. On to the weather. Wow, we have had an unprecedented amount of snow this year. So much for global warming, am I right? Regardless, there's no need for Tom Wolf to give us any more of those flexible instruction days. We used to actually come to school more than 3 days a week. We'd sit next to our friends, order a few nuggets and fries, and even eat at that beloved Chick-fil-A. R.I.P. Noel, am I right? Anyway.
Yes, R.I.P.
We're not
the
going to be
Chick-fil-A.
needing any more senior skip days this year because we have had an unprecedented amount of snow. At this point, who needs more? Now over to Noel with an update from the CDC.
Now we have a special message from the CCD. 1 year ago, our world entered a global pandemonium, a global panera, a global panorama. We want to say thank you to all the nurses, first responders, and other essential oils who helped keep us safe every day. We are in the middle of unprocedural times. We are in the middle of unpresbyterian times. We are in the middle of unpresidential times, which means we definitely do have a president that, in order to help flatten the curve, we ask that you practice social dancing and please keep all face masks at least 6 feet away from you at all times. For your safety, please keep all hands, feet, arms, and legs inside the ride at all times. This has been an important message from the DVD. Back to you in the studio.
All right, that was informative, to say the least. Now let's twosie slide, as Drake calls it, over to Vince for a very special segment.
All right, Shanahan. Tonight, you've heard a few words or phrases that might be a little uncommon to the parents. For instance, let's get this bread, or let's twosie slide. So tonight, I'm gonna put a few Shanahan parents, maybe even a student, to the test. How well do you know Gen Z slang? So, if anyone could raise their hand, want to be a volunteer, Emily will come by and you can be the first volunteer. So, Emily, do you have anyone?
Yeah, hands up, everybody.
Parents, I need a parent because
Yeah.
no
Everybody,
kids
don't
yet.
jump at once. It's okay.
You gotta wait.
All right.
Can't see.
Making my way over there. Keep your hands up, please. Let's give it up for our audience participation, guys. All right. Sir, can you please tell me your name? John Daly. Let's give it up for John Daly, everybody.
Okay, Jack, your word is sus. Do you know the definition of sus? Yeah. You do? Yeah. Go for it. That was very close, but not close at all. I'm gonna help you out. I'll give you 4 choices. Is it A, suspicious, B, suspicious, C, suspicious, now think hard about this one, or D, suspicious? All of the above. Well, that's close enough. Correct answer, suspicious. Thank you, John.
All right.
All right, I need one more parent who would like to volunteer for this one. Please raise your hand. I promise I won't humiliate
All right.
you too
Coming
bad.
my way down.
Oh, we
Let's
have
give it up, guys. Can I have your name, sir? Hi. Sorry, what was that? Brian Field.
Okay. Thank you for participating. Your word is dope. Off the top of your head, do you know the definition of dope? No. It's very close, very close. You know what? I'll give you a hint. I'll use it in a sentence for you. Your sentence tonight is, that's dope. Does that help? It does? Yes. What is the answer?
That means you got skill.
Really good, close enough. That's cool. You got skill. Good enough. Thank you very much. All right. We're doing a student this time. Who wants to go? Raise your hand. You know what? I got a student over here. You, sir. Can I please have your name, grade, and Shanahan ID number?
My name is Colin Gukwa, 12th grade, 106-079.
It's really good. Thank you very much. Your word is cap. Off the top of your head, do you know the definition of cap?
Can't say I do.
You don't? No, it's close, but you know us Gen Zers, we don't go for that. We have synonyms and no, just an antonym. Antonym for cap. No cap. Does that help? No. not it? What do you think it is?
No idea.
Well, you're making us look bad here. Gen Zers, I'll define it. Answer to Cap is lying. Thank you very much. I'm going to send it back to Noah in the studio.
Thank you very much, Vince, for that educational segment. Now for our movies and television segment. I didn't get to see Little Women, but my little sister Bridget is only 4.5 feet tall, so I think I have a pretty basic understanding of the concept.
Disney's Soul is breaking the charts, soaring in revenue faster than those rollerbladers off stage a few minutes ago. This movie covers the inner life of a jazz teacher. You like jazz? Because you'll love this movie.
That actually reminds me. Incredibles 2. People really liked Incredibles 2, even though it came out 14 years after the first Incredibles. The B movie came out in 2007, making it now 14 years old. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thrilled for B movie 2. This is gonna be great.
How to Train Your Dragon was recently named the most useless movie of 2010 by the New York Times because, quote, literally nobody needs to know how to train a dragon. They're not real. I beg to differ because you never know when you might run into a dragon.
Well, as far as TV is concerned, I think we all shared the same excitement for the hit Netflix series, The Queen's Gambit, despite never knowing what the move really is. I can't keep up.
Rumors are finally confirmed. The cameraman who filmed Finding Nemo is, in fact, David Blaine, the Guinness World Record holder for holding his breath underwater the longest.
Suzanne Collins, the author of the Hunger Games series, released a prequel book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, a few months ago. And Lionsgate said that they're going to make a new prequel film. To celebrate, I came up with the idea of bringing the Hunger Games right here to Bishop Shanahan. I present to you, Shunger Games! We might not be able to actually do the Shunger Games because it would be considered murder.
Well, that's all the news we've got for you tonight. Thank you, Shanahan. I'm Noah Brady.
I'm Vince Miranda.
And I'm Noby Doherty, and live
Live from Shanahan, it's Mr. BSHS!
Well, I wish every news station was like that.
Yeah, I really loved how they took something we already knew and switched it up. Our next act will follow suit.
While we wait for that act to get set up, do you have any special skills you want to share with anyone? You could ride Mr. Shanaview's bike across the stage.
I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to be an option. I don't know how.
Emily, everyone knows how to ride a bike. You're kidding. Well, I'm going to teach you after the show, because that's really embarrassing.
Thanks for making me feel better about it. It's so nice of you. I can do everything else, though, because I'm very skilled.
I don't doubt that for a second. Well, I think we're ready for our next act. Please welcome Max Anthony Hashem on saxophone, backed up by London Melton on drums, to put a modern twist on the classic jazz.
Wow, Max Anthony, that was great. Can we give him one more round of applause?
Hey Emily, happy Friday. How was your day?
Not too great. I had a calc quiz on implicit differentiation, and trust me, it's just as hard to do as it is to pronounce.
Mr. Sheridan, if you are in the audience tonight, just know that Emily is not feeling great about today's quiz.
No, I'm not. But I am feeling great about our show tonight, and especially our next two performers. But before we get on with that, why don't we play a quick little game? What about two truths and a lie?
For sure.
I'll go first. I park in spot 103 in the senior lot. I've never gone up the downstairs. And I love hosting Mr. BSHS.
Well, I know that our student council vice president would never go up the downstairs, right?
Yeah, of course. Why don't you go?
All right. So I love hanging out on the third floor pool. Hosting Mr. BSHS is the most rewarding experience of my life. And I was born in Ireland.
Well, obviously the third floor pool is the lie. To any freshmen who haven't figured it out yet, we don't have a third floor pool.
So, do we have any sea shanty fans in the audience tonight? Sea shanties, anyone? I knew we would. Well, next up we have Jack Daly and Zach Norsha presenting Wellerman. Take it away, mateys.
Captain's log, day 23. Still no sign of land.
Chapter 1, call me Ishmael. Some years ago.
Would you stop that?
Remind me what we're looking for again.
I told you. We're looking for Bishop Shanahan.
Bishop Shanahan? That's inland. That's nowhere near the water.
Then what are we doing here? Well, now what?
Some years ago, never
Anything
mind precisely
but
how long.
that book. Here, how about a sea shanty? Here's one. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down, oh blow, my bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore, when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to side harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, but he belonged to the Wellerman's creed. He took that ship in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut, the whale's not gone. The Wellerman makes his regular call to encourage captain, crew, and all. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Wow, that was great. I truly felt transported back in time. I would take that over history class any day of the week.
I don't think our next performer would say the same. Joe Manning is a history whiz. Rumor has it is that he never gets a history question wrong at Academic Bowl.
Oh, that's so cool. So is Joe's talent going to be reciting history facts? Because I'd be pretty impressed at that.
Absolutely not. While working out may seem like a chore to the most of us, Joe has decided to make it his talent.
Before we get on with Joe's talent, I just want to ask, do we have any Shanahan alumni in the audience tonight? Let's hear it for our Shanahan alumni.
What about teachers? Any teachers in the audience? Let's give them a hand.
And of course, the people who made all of this possible, the parents. Let's make some noise for all of our amazing parents. All right, now let's get on with the act. Here to show us how he prepares for his training at the United States Military Academy, please welcome Joe Manning to the stage.
How's everyone doing tonight? All right, so before I get started, I just want to say a few things about Shanahan. I've loved it here. I mean, it's been great. People, seniors, you guys have been awesome. Teachers have been great. The school community is awesome. I'm sad to see it coming to an end so soon, but I'm always going to look back on these memories with extreme fondness. The other thing about Shanahan is that what we do here prepares us very well for our next stages in life. And I know it has for me. As you heard in my intro, and you might be able to guess from this camo, I'll be going to the United States Military Academy at West Point next year. In a little over 100 days, I will report for cadet basic training and the beginning of my Army career. I cannot be more excited, more humbled by the opportunity I have, nor more thankful to Shanahan for all it's done for me. And with that in mind, I want to give back to you guys, the Shanahan community. Training for the physical rigors of life in the Army has been tough, but I've developed a nice workout plan to get me there. And I want to make you guys a part of that. You ready? All right, let's go. Can we switch to that next song now? Yes, I love this one. Let's go. 100, 200, 300.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it feels like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in. see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Don't never bother me anyway. But it has some distance, makes everything seem small.
And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all.
It's time to see what I can do to test the limit and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry.
Attention! All night long we're gonna roll, roll. When we break us down, we're gonna swing it, swing it. We wanna go home, we're gonna shake it, shake it. In the twilight zone, we're gonna roll, 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 roll. Get,
Off to the Army now.
ready, ready.
Wow, Joe, I got exhausted just watching that.
Attending West Point is definitely not an easy task, and we are all super proud of Joe for this amazing accomplishment.
Let's give him one more round of applause.
Okay,
Before our next
so-
act, why don't we play another game?
Yeah, because our next act is running a little late.
Yeah, but that's okay. What about Never Have I Ever?
Sure. Okay. Students and alumni in the audience, make sure you play along.
Never have I ever, ready, hands up, been asked to tuck in my shirt or pull up my socks.
Never have I ever gone up the downstairs. Emily, you have, so please put your finger down.
Fine. All right. Never have I ever been in one of our sports teams.
Okay, I have. Shout out to the volleyball team. Love you guys. Never have I ever been to Mr. BSHS before tonight.
You haven't?
Nope. Tonight is my first time at the show.
All right, well, never have I ever been a candidate in Mr. BSHS. All right, I know none of us out here have, but behind that curtain, David Jocelyn, Sean Gingrich, Carson Binder, and Aiden Stein all have their fingers down. Please welcome all of them back to the stage.
Sorry, just...
Where are they? I don't know. Should I call David?
Yeah, I'm getting worried.
Is anybody hungry?
Hi, can I get a number one, a number two, a number three? Can I actually get a large fry?
yeah.
Stop! Sorry about that. Can you guys look for my wallet? I think it's back there. Look at how you bend it. Why do you have an 8x10 of Neil deGrasse? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Do you guys know where Sean is? No, I just called David. He didn't pick up. Like, literally, what could they be doing? Can you just call him again?
On your skin, no one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else, no one else.
Wait, they're here!
On myself. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Myself. Drowning in the night. Oh, I don't like this. You know what I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Myself. Drowning in the night. Oh, I don't like this. You know what don't want to judge me. I can see clearly when you're on myself. Blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Myself. Drowning in the night. Oh, I don't like this. You know what I'm just gonna let you know. I'm saying on the phone. I'll never let you go. This time. Myself. Blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch.
We are definitely feeling super grateful that they made it to the stage on time. I know that nobody in the audience tonight would have wanted to miss that one.
I am 100% blinded by their talent.
That almost rivaled the weekend Super Bowl halftime show. To close out our talent portion of tonight, we have one more musical performance for all of you.
Next up is Shanahan's favorite journalist, Alex Shirker, to perform Before You Go by Louis Capaldi. Take it away, Alex.
I fell by the wayside like everyone else. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, but I was just kidding myself. Our every moment I started a place, 'cause now that you're gone all I hear are the words that I needed to say. When you hurt under the surface, like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So before you go, it was never the right time, whenever you called, went little by little until there was nothing at all. Our every moment I started to play when all I could think about is seeing that look on your face when you hurt under the surface like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So before you go, would you be better off by now? If I'd have let my walls come down, maybe I guess we'll never know. You know, you know. Before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So before you go.
Let's give all of our candidates another round of applause for those amazing talents. We will now take a quick 10-minute intermission, and we'll see you all back here shortly to announce our top 10 candidates. We will see you in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. The time has come to announce our top 10. Please welcome Mr. Rice to the stage to learn who will be moving on to the next round.
Thank you, Emily. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for all of our candidates, Mr. BSHS 2021. And the screen is going to go up. The screen is going to go up. Stage crew, there we go. We're just going to put that up. There we go. There we go. Screen's going to go up. Here we go. There we go. Screen's going to give it up for our stage crew, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the moment we've been waiting for. This is our top 10. From here, the top 10 candidates will go through the dating game and then the questionnaire. So, in alphabetical order, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Mr. Catholic Athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our next candidate, Mr. Channel 2. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for our third candidate, Mr. CSC, Justin Rafalski. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our next candidate, Mr. Environmental Club. Let's make some noise for our next candidate, Mr. Shazband, Max Anthony Hashem. And our next candidate, Mr. NHS, Joe Manning. And our next candidate, let's put our hands together for Mr. Shadowviews, Alex Shirker. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our next candidate, Mr. Soccer, Sean Gingrich. Let's make some noise for our next candidate, Mr. Spanish Club, Noel Doherty. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Student Council, Patrick Whalen. Congratulations to the top 10. Let's give one more round of applause for our top 10 candidates. Emily?
Thank you, Mr. A. Congratulations to all of our candidates.
Ever wondered how we pull this show together?
It has definitely been a great time, but lots of planning and practices have all been leading up to this very moment. We hope that this next segment of our show will give you a sense of what it was like to be a part of the rehearsal process of Mr. BSHS 2021.
Please enjoy this behind-the-scenes video.
Before we take that away, we just want to emphasize how much fun it's been and our appreciation for all of you being here tonight, and especially the ones on our live stream joining us from home.
Let's give them a round of applause. Live stream.
All right, now let's see that behind-the-scenes video.
This isn't real. It's all in my head. I can feel it. I'm imagining this. Can I wake up from this dream?
Mr. BSHS is in one league.
Go back to sleep, please. For a second, for a minute, can we go? For a second, for a minute, can we go? For a second, for a minute, can we go? For a second, for a minute, can we go? Can we go back when we were young and didn't care if we messed up? We had forever, so we got lost in each other 'cause time wasn't catching, time wasn't catching.
of Mr. BSHS?
My favorite part was definitely teaching the dance to the girls. That was really fun. Probably watching the guys dance, not gonna lie.
What was your favorite part of the show?
Definitely the guys dance. My favorite part is the girls dance and watching the guys' talents. The dance is so fun. I love it so much.
Thanks, Emily, for putting that video together. It was awesome. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the show, the dating game.
In the next segment of our show, the boys will be tested on how well they know their escorts.
We'll ask the girls a few random questions about themselves, and then the boys will try their hardest to guess what their escort wrote.
I will say that this dating game will be lit.
It will definitely be dope.
Sorry, we're just working on our Gen Z slang.
I also just want to let all of you know that Chick-fil-A did not burn down. I repeat, it is not on fire.
That would have been a devastating loss to our entire Shanahan community.
Well, while we wait for everyone to get ready for the dating game, how about we maybe ask some questions to the audience from here? Just see how everyone's enjoying the show so far?
Sure.
Oh, Colin, are you enjoying the show? Scale of 1 to 10. We have a 10. It's amazing.
All right, without further ado, please welcome back to the stage our top 10 escorts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Mrs. Karros, do you have all the 10 candidates outside? Very good. All right. Ladies, I'm going to read the question. Put down your answer. Flip the page. Make sure the green paper's in between. Here we go. What is your favorite Disney character? All right, here we go. Our next question. Who is your favorite saint? Here we go. Our third one. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Who likes ice cream? Who likes ice cream? Here we go. Here we go. Number 4. What is your confirmation name? Look how fast they're writing. This is good. Look at this. Look at this. Now, I know there's a little Quizlet out there, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Are you a dog or a cat person? Fill in the blank. Today, I am grateful for today I am grateful for? And which social media platform do you use the most? Got it? Ladies, you good? Okay. Mrs. Karros. Mrs. Karros? Yes? You can bring the gentleman in. They're coming in. Here we go. Okay. Ladies, please cover your binders, close your binders. And what we will do is when we ask the first question that your candidate is going to stand behind you, you're just going to flip it up, and I'll make sure we verify that the answer is correct. You ready? Who's going to take this? Ladies, who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? Oh, okay. Only two are confident. Only two are confident. Only two are confident. We will see. All right, here come our candidates. Give it up for our candidates, ladies and gentlemen. All right, gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. All right, let me get this microphone here if I can get this going. Okay, technology. Okay, gentlemen, first question. That was asked to the escort. Who is your favorite Disney character? Starting with Mr. Catholic Athletes. Cinderella! Ding, ding, ding! Yeah. What do you say?
Princess Jasmine.
Princess Jasmine! Ding, ding, ding. Here we go. Aurora. Cinderella. No goods, no goods. Okay. Tiana. Moana. No goods. Okay, no goods. Rapunzel. Rapunzel! Ding, ding, ding. Here we go. Belle. Belle it is. There we go.
I'm also going with Belle.
Belle, he's also going with Belle, and Belle it is. Very good.
Oh, Belle.
Belle it is. Very good. Okay.
Ariel.
Ariel. Ariel it is. Ding, ding, ding. Mulan. Very good. All right, our next question. Who is your favorite saint? Who is her favorite saint?
St. Lucy.
Saint Lucy, very good.
St. Rose of Lima.
Saint Rose of, I can't see. Saint Augustine, okay.
St. Michael.
Saint Michael. Saint Bridget, Zaza.
St. Maria Gassetti.
Saint Maria Gassetti. Okay, that's. What did you say? Goretti. What? Saint Maria Goretti.
St. Catherine Drexel.
Saint Catherine Drexel. There you go. Saint Michael. Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Okay.
St. Francis de Sales.
St. Francis de Sales. St. Catherine Drexel. Okay. St. Catherine Drexel. St. Catherine Drexel. There you go. Very good. Saint Maria. Saint Maria. Very good.
I'm going to go St. Catherine Drexel as well.
Saint Cecilia. Saint Cecilia. Okay. All right. They're all good saints. Good saints. Okay, here we go. What's her favorite flavor of ice cream?
I'm going to go vanilla.
Vanilla. Chocolate.
Mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip it is.
Moose Tracks.
Moose Tracks it is. Very good. You got it.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. Chocolate chip cookie dough. We'll give it. All right. Very good. Vanilla. Cookies and cream. Okay.
Chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter it is. Very good.
I'll go with chocolate.
Chocolate it is. Very good.
Mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip. Ding, ding, ding. Mint chocolate chip.
Chocolate.
Chocolate it is. Very good.
Chocolate.
Vanilla. Okay. All right. What is her confirmation name? What is her confirmation name?
Lucy.
Lucy it is. Ding, ding, ding.
Rose.
Rose it is. Ding, ding, ding.
Bridget.
Bridget. Bridget it is.
Mary.
Mary. Yes, it is.
Catherine.
Catherine it is.
Teresa.
Teresa it is.
Ava.
Yes, it is Ava.
Constance.
Constance, look at that. Very good. Okay.
Maria.
Maria. Very good.
I'm gonna go Patricia.
Cecilia. Okay. All right. Is she a dog or a cat person?
I'm gonna go dog.
Dog. Dog it is. Very good.
Dog.
Dog it is.
Dog.
Dog it is.
Dog.
Dog it is. Very good. Dog it is. Okay.
Dog.
Dog it is. Very good.
Dog.
Dog. Dog it is.
Dog.
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 I'll go with dog.
Dog. All right. Very good. Fill in the blank. Today, I am grateful for. What is she saying? Today, I am grateful for. They're nervous. What is she grateful for today?
Friends.
Mr. BSHS. Oh, can we do an aw, Mr. BSHS? Look at that. Okay.
Family.
Spanish club. Za.
Friends.
Family rates higher than friends. There we go. It's wrong. Zaza.
I'm gonna say friends.
Friends. Family rates more than friends. Zaza.
Family and friends.
Family, he has it in there. Family and friends. Okay.
Family.
Family it is.
Friends.
Family.
Family and our dog.
Family and CSC. Oh, he has family in there.
Family.
Family it is.
I'm gonna go family as well.
Family it is. Look at that. All right. And which social media platform does she use the most? Which social media platform does she use the most?
I'm gonna go with TikTok.
TikTok it is.
No question. Instagram.
Instagram it is.
Instagram.
Instagram it is.
TikTok.
TikTok it is. Very good.
Instagram.
TikTok. No goods.
Instagram.
Instagram it is. Very good.
Say TikTok.
TikTok. All right.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay. Very good.
Snapchat.
TikTok.
Twitter.
Twitter it is. Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our candidates and escorts. We will now take the tallies of this as they move on to the next session. Give it up one more time for our candidates and escorts. Ladies, just exit the stage, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. A, for that very exciting dating game.
While we wait for the next segment of our show to begin, Catherine and I will ask all of you, the audience, some real crowd questions.
Over here with an audience question. Brady, what has been your favorite memory from senior year so far? Coming back to school. That is, let's give Brady a round of applause for that really nice answer.
Hello, what's your name?
Jim Shanahan.
Jim Shanahan. Okay, now that you've seen the top 10, who do you think will take the crown tonight? Mr. Soccer! Let's give it up for Mr. Soccer, everybody.
All right, here we have the lovely Allie Kiley. Allie, based on all the intros you saw so far, what was the most exciting one? Come on, you know it. Just take some time. Spanish Club, yeah, that flip was insane, so I'd have to agree. Let's give her a round of applause for that answer.
All right. Hi, what's your name? Julia. Let's give it up for Julia, everybody. Julia, if you were a contestant in Mr. BSHS, what would your talent be? She's not sure. Alyssa says she's a really good singer. I think we should maybe see that a little bit later this year, maybe. Okay, let's give it up for Julia's singing skills.
Here we have Mr. Luke Kropanicki. Let's give Luke a round of applause. All right, Luke, who are you rooting for at this point in the competition? Think of our top 10. Who really sticks out to you?
The news act was definitely really good.
Oh, Noah. Definitely love the news act. I'd have to agree. Good job. Good answer.
All right, can you tell me your name? Fatima. Let's give it up for Fatima, everybody. Okay, Fatima, who do you think will win tonight? She says Mr. Spanish Club. Let's give it up for Mr. Spanish Club. Thanks, girl.
All right, guys, here we have my lovely parents, Rob and Ro Ray. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, so we are coming up on the 1-year mark of when quarantine started. What was your favorite binge watch in quarantine? I mean, I could answer for you, but. She said Tiger King, guys. Let's give it up for Tiger King.
All right, I'm here with Dr. Brady. Dr. Brady, if you were in Mr. BSHS, what would your talent be?
My talent?
Yes.
Probably,
Ooh, piano playing. That's cool. Let's give it up for Dr. Brady.
Hello, guys. What's your name? Hello, and my question for you is, if you could do any talent for our talent portion of the show, what would you do? He would play the saxophone. We have another sax player in our midst. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right, everybody, I'm here with McKenna Billy. McKenna Billy, what is your favorite color?
I guess like a sky blue, like a light blue.
A sky blue, a light blue, very specific. Okay, let's do one last question, Catherine.
All right, guys, I'm gonna ask my twin brother, Aiden, this question. All right, Aiden, let's see. Okay, out of the top 10, who are you really rooting for the most? Think about your grade school friends, maybe your friends you made here. Who sticks out the most to you in your mind? Mr. Rugby is not in the top 10, unfortunately. I think you're thinking of Joe Manning, who plays rugby. Mr. NHS? Mr. NHS, let's give it up for Mr. NHS. And let's give a round of applause to all of our audience participants tonight. Thank you, guys.
All right, everybody, you've seen the candidates dance. Now let's see if the girls can top it. Take it away, ladies.
listen to this track.
She said, look, ma, no hands and no darling, I don't dance. And I'm with Roscoe, I'm with Walker, I think I deserve a chance. I'm
I can hear you cranking up them speakers. I don't really wanna show up any later. Because so we gotta party like it's New Year's.
Yo, I'm loving all the music that they're playing, but I ain't hearing anything you're saying. Tonight we're gonna get this, gonna live explicit. Mr. DJ, somebody replay. Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? They are wondering that I wanted some more. Mr. DJ, won't you turn to the music up? One by one, even two by two. Everybody in the floor, let me show you how we do. Let's go. Rip it low, then you bring it up slow. Run it up one time, run it back once more.
I'ma let her go. She's indecisive. She can't decide. She keeps on looking from left to right. Girl, come a bit closer. Look in my eyes. Searching is so wrong. I miss the right time to love 'em and leave 'em and disappear right after the song. So give me the night to show you, hold you. Don't leave me out here dancing alone. You can't make up your mind. No, beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you. Nothing on you, babe. Nothing on you. Nothing on you.
If you ain't got no money, take your broke home. If you ain't got no money, take your broke home.
L-A-N-O-R-O-U-S, yeah. G-L-A-N-O-R-O-U-S. We flying first class up in the sky. Champagne, living my life in the fast lane. I won't change by the powers. Flowers. Yo, tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig. If you want my future, forget my past. If you wanna get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we could be just fine. I can't wait to see you again. The last time I freaked out, I just kept looking down. I just started paying, asked me what I'm thinking about. Felt like I couldn't breathe. You asked what's wrong with me. My best friend Leslie said, oh, she just being Miley. The next time we hang out, I will redeem myself. My heart, it can't rest till then. I can't wait to see you again. You can dance, you can shine, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Wow, ladies, that was awesome. Special thanks to Lawrence Prose and Caroline Daly for the amazing choreography.
Please welcome Mr. A back to the stage as he announces our top 5 candidates.
Thank you, ladies. Let's give it up for our top 10 candidates, ladies and gentlemen. So from the dating game, all the scores tallied from the very beginning all the way up. We have now dwindled it down to the top 5. Best of luck, gentlemen. Let's put our hands together in alphabetical order. Let's make some noise for Mr. Channel 2. Let's put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Environmental Club. Let's make some noise for Mr. NHS. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Shadowviews. And ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Spanish Club. All right, give it up for our top 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Time for the hardest part of Mr. BSHS, the personal interview.
Asked a question about their life and time at Shanahan in order for the judges to finally determine who will take the crown as Mr. BSHS 2021. Please welcome our first candidate, Mr. Channel 2, Noah Brady. Mr. Channel 2. Our show tonight is occurring on the final day of Global Awareness Month, during which we have focused on world hunger and global migration through the words of Jesus. When did you see me hungry? When did you welcome me? Given all that you have learned about these issues and experienced this month, what gives you the greatest hope, and how can you live as a globally responsible young man?
All right, well, I know from my experience at Channel 2 that we really try to rejuvenate the school every morning to really get them excited in order to go through their classes and carry out a positive mindset. And I think that that's really important when it comes to global awareness, because people really need to be excited about what they're doing. They need to have excitement in helping other people. And I think that's what global awareness has taught me, is that it's really about caring for the other person rather than yourself. And by caring for the other person, you can get them excited about what you're excited about, and you can really educate them in the process of what it means to help another person from any walk of life, whether that be the poor and vulnerable or one of your friends, I think.
Thanks, Noah. Let's give it up for Mr. Channel 2. Okay, please welcome our second candidate. You can come out of the curtain now. Mr. Environmental Club, David Jocelyn. Thank you. Oh, thank you. David, our school's focus this year comes from a simple question that was posed to Catherine Drexel, which changed the course of her life forever. When asking Pope Leo, bunch of Roman numerals, to send help to the United States for the most vulnerable, he responded by asking her, "What about you?" This was a call to action for Mother Catherine. My question for you is, what about you? In what ways can you now and in the immediate future serve the most vulnerable of our society?
I think we kind of get overwhelmed when we have to answer questions about what can we do globally, but the focus is not globally, it's locally. You know, we have food banks here, we have plenty of people who are in need in your own area. They always say in your own backyard, you know, you never know what someone's going through. So the most impact you can make is the extra change that you have in your pocket. It's the, you know, cans you never use in your closet. It's the clothes that you stopped wearing or the clothes that you just don't fit anymore. And my biggest advice that I should take and I would give to everyone would be not to get overwhelmed. When you think of, oh, there's how many millions of people who are migrating, who are in hunger, who have no water, no clean water, all these things, it's the small donations that add up and make to that. And as a community, locally, that's when you can make the change.
Thank you so much, David. Let's give it up for him. All right, please enter contestant number 3, Mr. NHS. this question is fitting. St. Joseph is nothing less than one of the greatest men to ever walk the planet. He is a model of manhood and virtue. Since this is the year dedicated to St. Joseph, what qualities of his do you admire the most? And how would you be able to make these qualities known to others through how you live your life?
All right, well, first off, I just want to say that I think St. Joseph has a really awesome name. But in addition to that, he's a role model to me. His dedication, his faithfulness, and his trust in the Lord is what really inspires me. Dedication, I mean, when God had his plan, Joseph followed it, never straying, was always beside Mary and Jesus. He helped Jesus to grow up and become a man. Faithfulness, dedication, right. He was always dedicated to providing for the Holy Family. He took them into Egypt in the dead of night to keep them safe from Herod, and he brought them back when it was time. And he was always dedicated to his family, and for that reason, Jesus grew up into the man he was. And so we should all be thankful to Joseph. And applying that to my life, my biggest hope is that I can be a role model for others, like Joseph was for Jesus. Anyone in any occupation can be a role model. All they have to do is make the effort. Just be a good, honest person like Joseph. Take the time to work with other people, mentor them, and be a positive role model, and the world will become a better place.
Thank you so much, Joe. Let's give it up for Mr. NHS. Okay, please welcome candidate number 4, Mr. Shanaviews, Alex Shurker. Alex.
Yes.
Pope Francis is quoted as saying, "The world tells us to seek success, power, and money. God tells us to seek humility, service, and love." How have you embodied this statement over your time here at Bishop Shanahan? And how might it be an ongoing call throughout your life?
Well, if anyone knows me, I'm a pretty shy guy. So, something I've always tried to do is make other people feel better, because even when I'm not in the best mood, it always brightens my mood to see other people happy. So that's something I like to do. And over this past year, especially since COVID started and going to Kairos and all that, I've learned a lot, and I met a lot of great people who have really shown me what those quotes mean, and to live for others and all that. So I've had a lot of great examples right next to me past couple of years. Even Mr. A has probably shown me a lot. He helped me a lot last year. It's just, Jesus, he told us to live like he did, and that was the mission he left us. So that's what I try to do, and you want to try and bring out Jesus in everyone else. So I just try and live life to the fullest and live like Jesus told us to, live in Jesus' example.
Thanks, Alex. Let's give it up for Mr. Shanaviews. All right, everybody, please welcome our 5th and final contestant of the top 5, Mr. Spanish Club, Noel Dougherty. All right, Noel. Throughout your 4 years at Bishop Shanahan, you have been given many solid pieces of wisdom. One that is heard frequently here is "let no one sit alone." How have you helped in being a unifying member of the class of 2021, and how might this phrase affect your future plans and endeavors?
I love the saying, let no one sit alone. I think it's a really good thing to say, a really good thing to live by, and I'm really proud that this school has adopted that as one of our main taglines, one of our main slogans. And everyone really does live by it, and I do too. We take it literally. We do in the lunchroom. If anyone is actually sitting alone, you just invite them on over. And even now, when we're sitting far apart, it's like more awkward, but you're like, come on now, come on, sit over here. Scooch on down a couple seats. But then it's outside of the classroom, it's in real life, we all treat each other with respect. It's a personality, it's a lifestyle, it's the way we treat each other. And I think I live that as well. I think I try to bring a cheerful spirit wherever I go, and I try my best to make people laugh. I try to make people feel comfortable and included. And that's how I do that. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Noel, Mr. Spanish Club. All right. Big congratulations to all of our top 5 candidates. We look forward to seeing who will be crowned later this evening. All of those candidates were so well spoken. That really makes me think of our winner from last year, Connor Catullo. Everybody, please join me in welcoming Mr. BSHS 2020 to the stage. All right, hi Connor.
How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you for coming here tonight. So, our first question for you today. We know you're having the best time at college, but what do you miss the most about Shanahan?
All right, well, if y'all look at my face, you can see the stash I've been growing out. You can see I actually have a ponytail underneath this crown. I'm hiding it right now. And the thing I miss the most about Shanahan had to be, actually, surprisingly, the uniformity of it. College is a pretty crazy time, you know, where we're always occupied doing something. But here at Shanahan, you got people like Mr. A, like Father Donia, like Mr. McCardle, like all your best friends, all these people who are trying to keep you in line. We're trying to make sure you're on the straight path, like those guys were talking about when they were interviewing out here. And in college, I'm going to a Catholic college, go to the Mount St. Mary's University, but even there, you're not always open to this Catholic ideology, this narrow and straight path. There's plenty of little trails you can go off to, but the idea here that someone's already got your back, someone's already holding your hand on the way was really amazing, and I love that.
Wow, that was a great answer. Let's give a round of applause for that. Very, very well spoken. Our next question, Connor, is how do you think Shanahan really prepared you for college?
Ooh, I like this. So the biggest thing, Shanahan, for me, I was involved in ministry club here, and one of the best principles we talked about was being the light for others. And one of our quotes when I was here was, be great at little things. David Jocelyn, Mr. Envisai, talked about this really well. That little change in your pocket. When you go off to college, as all you guys probably know, except for my seniors in the back, you're so overwhelmed by all these people. And even when you go into real life, there's people here, people there. David talked about the millions of people out there that we need to help. And it just comes down to being the little light in someone's day. Whether or not you know the person, whether or not you even know that you're affecting the person, just walk every day with a little light in your heart, little Jesus in your step, and just spread the love of Christ and just spread your own love to everyone. And Shanahan definitely taught me how to keep that little light in my pocket, how to be that little change for everyone around me, and just to keep the love spreading.
Nice, good answer.
All right, Connor, give us the honest answer. What is your fondest Shanahan memory?
Let's see. I guess I'll take the cheap route here. I will go with Mr. BSHS last year. For those of you who don't know, Mr. BSHS, we had the same, also as a side note, these guys practice so much. We were doing the same stuff last year. We practiced for weeks and hours a day for this. And it's not just the guys back here, it's everyone, the stage crew, the hostesses, all the light guys, practice for so long. And we were supposed to go, was it Friday, March 13th, and Thursday night, as soon as we finished practice. Remember, we were all sitting right over there, and Mr. McCardle came out and was like, we're done, because that's when COVID was starting to really hit. It was like, there's not going to be a Mr. BSHS tomorrow night, and pretty much told us to pack our bags. The next day, at the end of the day, they told us to pack our bags, and we're coming back to school next week. And that somehow became one of the best moments of my life, because in that moment, I was only looking at Mr. BSHS as a time to have fun, but also as a competition between me and these other guys, because we all, somewhere in us, we wanted to win. But after that, I was good buddies with Noah Makowitz, who came top 5 with me last year. Him and I did our act together, and it became so much less about who was going to win, who was going to take the crown home, and more about if one of us wins, we all win. If one person wins, we all got to come out here. We're all Mr. BSHS. We all show the ideas. We're all leaders, and we just came out here to entertain people. Light for, and that for me was just absolutely incredible. So when we were at the bottom, we were told we weren't going to be coming back to school, and when Mr. BSHS was over, that had to be one of the best moments ever, because that just completely changed everything I thought about, and it became one of the best things in my life, Mr. BSHS.
What a great answer.
All right, Connor, think back to all 4 years at Shanahan. What is your #1 favorite class you took and why? Whether it be class, teacher, experience.
I would have to say junior year, Faith in Action with Father Donia, just because that's where I met some of my closest friends in Christ. I talked about Noah Makowitz. Him and I sat next to each other in that class, and there's a reason why Father Donia never liked me and Noah sitting next to each other in that class, because we became one of the loudest and funniest groups of what I felt was the entire class. But I mean, everyone was hilarious. It was just so fun. And then of course it was the service, going on trips to Abbey Fest, to donating to our local food drive with the Thanksgiving food tribe, the prayer services in the chapel. Everything we got to do as a class, everything we got to do as brothers and sisters in Christ was just incredible. And that class literally opened up so many doors in my life, because I went to public school for 6 years before I came to St. Joe's in Downingtown in 7th grade. And if I wasn't even in that class, I think my entire mindset would be completely different. My faith wouldn't be that strong. I definitely wouldn't be up here in front of you, because I would have just gone off on this little trail that wasn't the way that I was intended to go. So yeah, it would have to be Father Donia's Faith in Action class junior year. That class was bomb.
Nice.
All right, from a former winner of Mr. BSHS, what characteristics does Mr. BSHS have, and what does it take to win the competition?
I said before, I think everyone's a winner. I know that's like the really cheap participation trophy kind of way, but honestly, when they come up with these candidates, the way they pick them is usually leadership from the club, or just a special person from the club. I was Mr. Ministry last year before I was Mr. BSHS, and every single person, every single club leader already exemplifies to the highest degree everything that we describe as Mr. BSHS. They literally just grab 20 or so dudes up here, and then it comes down to how well you know your escort, a dance, and then some random luck here and there. That's really it. If you were to take those top 5 questions and ask all 20 guys, this place may have been drove to tears, I promise you, because the hearts that these guys have, the dedication that you put into it, and the ideals that all of them hearts is what exemplifies Mr. BSHS. The ability to come out here, to put on a show for you guys, and then what you guys don't see is the hours that they put into the rest of the school year. So tonight you guys get to see them just for 3 or so hours doing their thing, but the amount of time that they put in through the school year, through all 4 years at Shanahan, and especially in their senior year as leaders, is what really makes them Mr. BSHS, and what makes every single one of the guys back here completely viable to be a winner out here. I mean, I'm excited to see who it's going to be, but every single guy back there completely deserves it, and I wouldn't feel mad or disappointed if any one of them won it, because all of them deserve it completely.
All right, Connor, we have a great group of seniors here tonight and some watching at home. What is your advice to the current senior class?
Definitely enjoy it while it lasts, for sure. Literally, high school lasted so quick. You guys are back there, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, high school lasted so quick. Literally, I remember coming in as a freshman and being 20 minutes late to Mr. Finley's math class because I didn't know where I was going. And I remember walking out of here And I remember sitting at graduation on middle of June, just sweating in my grad uniform on the turf field because we had to socially distance. It literally goes by so quickly. Enjoy it while it lasts. If you don't have a leadership position or you're not stepping up in some way, do it now because that's what's going to prepare you for college, because in college you need to be stepping up all the time. And when you step up here, you have so many people, like I said, that are behind you, that are holding your hand as you're going, that have your back here. And that is something that you will not get anywhere else. And I promise you, my friend group went from the entire senior class Shanahan down to just like a couple people on my rugby team. And that's the change. So please enjoy while it lasts. Enjoy your group of friends. Make memories. Don't worry about drama, stuff like that. That stuff literally is so temporary. It's dumb. Doesn't matter. Just enjoy it while it lasts because it goes by so quick and you have the best time soon. I promise you that.
Thank you for those amazing answers, Connor. I think that was our last question for you, so thank you so much for coming out tonight.
While we have a few extra minutes here, we would like to say a few additional thank yous to everyone who made this show possible.
Thank you to Mr. Verani for providing every single tuxedo that you have seen tonight. Thank you for being so generous.
Big thank you to our sound and light crews for your hard work and patience. We would not have been able to pull off this show without you guys. Special shout out to Andrew Freese, Aiden Grime, Jacob Petsky, and the rest of the light and sound crew. We really appreciate all of your hard work.
Thank you to our stage crew for getting the stage all set up and doing all the heavy lifting. Special thanks to Sam Lorenz and Beatriz Medina for leading the team back there.
Thank you to our maintenance staff for help keeping our facilities so clean.
And thank you especially to our administration for all your support and willingness to sponsor events like this evening. Okay, Emily, who do you think is going to take the crown?
I'm not here to take sides, Catherine. At least not publicly.
Well, no matter who wins, every single candidate should be very proud of the amazing show they put on tonight. We saw some pure talent up on this stage.
Yeah, the Broad Street Braids.
Amazing. David Jocelyn in the splits.
Unbelievable. Noah, Noel, and Dom all showing us their gymnastic abilities. Spectacular.
Thank you everyone here in the auditorium and watching at home for supporting tonight's event. Support for Shanahan is always appreciated, but especially this year.
Thank you for letting us share the talent of our seniors with all of you this evening. At this time, please welcome back Mr. A to the stage for the crowning of Mr. BSHS 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for all of our candidates of Mr. BSHS 2021. As Emily and Catherine went through all the thank yous, ladies and gentlemen, this show would not be possible at all without these two lovely ladies here. Please give it up for Emily and Catherine. Thank you, ladies, for all the hard work that you have all put into this. Also, parents, we want to thank you. As a teacher here at Bishop Shanahan, I just have to say that it is an absolute pleasure. It is a gift and it is a blessing getting to know your child throughout the years here. These are fine young men and women here. They are beautiful souls, and it has been a pleasure for the sacrifices that you have made to send them here to Bishop Shanahan and to share them with us. So thank you to the parents. Let's give the parents a big thank you. And to the class of 2021, I say this to you. You guys have made it through this far. You guys have been an amazing class, and we look forward to the graduation day for all of you and taking on the challenges of the world. Let's give it up for the class of 2021. We are now going to announce some awards that some of the candidates have voted on. So we are going to announce Mr. Congeniality. Ladies and gentlemen, Please put your hands together for Justin Rafalski. His peers voted him as Mr. Congeniality. Congratulations, Justin. The gentleman also voted for Mr. Lord of the Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Noel Doherty. And our final award is called the Mr. Varani Award. Mr. Varani, he's watching us live tonight. Thank you for all of your dedication to Bishop Shanahan High School over all the years. This show would not be possible without Mr. Varani and offering all the gentlemen their fine tuxedos. So let's give it up for Mr. Varani as we announce who Mr. Varani is. That's the guy who everyone voted for, who wore the tux the best. And ladies and gentlemen, that goes to Max Anthony Hashem. Congratulations. Now, this Mr. Varani Award, Max Anthony, that award entitles you to a free tux from Mr. Varani. So congratulations for a free tux for the senior prom, or our senior event that we will have for the class. Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. We will announce fourth runner-up, third, second, and first runner-up. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, fourth runner-up, put your hands together, please, for Mr. Spanish Club, Noel Doherty. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, third runner-up. Let's make some noise for Mr. Channel 2, Noah Brady. Congratulations, Noah. Ladies and gentlemen, second. Go ahead. Okay, here we go. Second goes to Mr. NHS, Joe Manning. Congratulations. Now we're going to call the next two to come on forward. Let's give it up for first runner-up and the two left. Let's give it up, Mr. Environmental Club and Mr. Shannon Views, who will be Mr. BSHS 2021. First runner-up, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Environmental Club, David Joslin. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. BSHS 2021, put your hands together, please, for Mr. Shanaview's Alex Sharker. And Mr. BSHS 2020, now crown him with the cape. Getting the sash there. Get that crown. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. BSHS 2021, Mr. Alex Sherker. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up one more time for all of our candidates and our escorts. Congratulations. God bless you. Have a safe evening.
You brought me fame and fortune. fortune and everything that goes.
One more time, all of our candidates, 2021.
But it's been no bed of roses.
God bless you and have a safe evening.